Are you struggling to sleep at night? Have you heard of Sleep Cream? Sleep Cream is a revolutionary new product made of all natural ingredients and with pure CBD. You simply rub it on sensitive skin areas right before bed. You will feel relaxed in a matter of minutes and you will get the best sleep you've had in years. I know I have. You may have heard all kinds of mixed messages about CBD, but Sleep Cream only uses pharmaceutical-grade pure CBD crystals with zero THC, and it's made right here in the USA. So if you want an all-natural way to sleep better, you must try Sleep Cream. Best of all, it's guaranteed to work or your money back. No questions asked. Just try it for yourself, and with its 100% money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose except more sleepless nights. Go to sleepcream.com, that's sleep, CREME.com, and you can use code November24 at checkout to save $24 on your first order. If you're ready for the best sleep ever, go to sleepcream.com, that's sleep, CREME.com. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. I certainly have a lot of questions, especially this week. So let me see what questions I can answer for you today. Here we go. Question number 1. Lara, do you think President Trump can challenge Harris to a town hall style debate? All questions come from the audience and all questions are unscripted. Well, wouldn't that be a nice idea? Wouldn't it be a nice idea to have things just on a nice level playing field? Wouldn't that be nice? Let me just go back quickly to the debate we just had and why that was a real travesty and a true disservice, I feel, to the American people. ABC News is supposed to have some sort of credibility left in terms of its journalistic integrity, in terms of the idea that this is a news organization who is supposed to simply report the facts. And unfortunately, what we saw last week was quite the opposite. This is an organization who very clearly is trying to sway people the way of Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris went to Pittsburgh and she memorized every possible line that they were going to throw her way. Any question that she may or may not have known ahead of time, who knows? But certainly she had all of her lines memorized like the great actress that Kamala Harris is. Let's not forget, Kamala Harris has been reciting lines given to her for nearly 4 years now. Since she and Joe Biden became president and vice president, people have been saying, is Joe Biden okay? Is he cognitively all there? Is he able to do the job of president of the United States? And Kamala Harris did some great acting over the past several years. And what'd she do? She came out and she read the lines to all of us in the American public and lied to us in the exact way she was instructed to do and said, yes, Joe Biden is fine. If there was any question about Joe Biden, that would be my responsibility to let the American people know. Oh, okay. Then Joe's gone. Now we have finally the debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I'll remind everyone, there was supposed to be a Fox News debate on September 4th. That was the week before the scheduled debate that she and Donald Trump ended up doing. But Kamala Harris wouldn't commit to the Fox News debate. I wonder why that is. I'll remind everyone as well that it was CNN who hosted the debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And CNN is no friend of Donald Trump's, but I will give credit where credit is due. They conducted a very fair debate. The moderators, Jake Tapper and Dana Bash, great job on that. Now, you'll never get me to believe anything other than that was planned to take Joe Biden out, and they let him fall flat on his face, and he went, fell right into their trap there. But I digress. So that brings us to Tuesday, September the 10th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where you had moderators who fact-checked Donald Trump on just about everything he said. Even if he was right, they still tried to fact-check him, and they just conveniently didn't fact-check anything Kamala Harris said, despite the fact that a lot she said was just riddled with lies. She knows full well that Donald Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025, and yet she brought it up twice. Charlottesville, she lied about Donald Trump and his possible federal abortion ban, which she's of course said he will not sign. She lied about IVF. She just continued to lie, and they didn't fact check her one single time. It was basically a 3-on-1 attack against Donald Trump, and he was on defense the entire debate. And why is that a travesty? And why is that really just awful for the American people? Because we didn't actually get to hear how these two individuals would operate as president of the United States. Here's the good news. We've had Donald Trump for 4 years. Think about how your life was. Was it better? Did you have more money in your pocket? Did you feel safer in your community? Did we have a secure southern border? Did we have peace agreements instead of wars in the Middle East? Look at Kamala Harris. She's in the White House and in office right now. How's your life going right now? Things expensive? Having a hard time buying stuff for your family? Taking out extra lines of credit? Yeah, it's tough right now for a lot of people. So that's what we have to go on. And that's why post-debate, you actually saw Donald Trump's polling with independents shift his way even more post-debate with Kamala Harris. Okay, next question. How is the family doing after yet another assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life? I actually can't believe I'm sitting here talking about this. I can't believe that Butler, Pennsylvania has sort of been forgotten. Don't forget the millimeters that bullet came from taking Donald Trump's life. And then somebody shows up at the golf course on Sunday while he's out playing a round of golf with his friend Steve Woodcoff. And the initial reports were a little vague, a little murky. I think it's pretty clear at this point exactly what happened. And how are we doing? How's anybody doing in this country? How are you doing out there is the real question. Is this the kind of country we want to live in, where we have the person who is the Republican nominee for president having multiple assassination attempts on his life? Is that the kind of country we're in right now? This is unprecedented. These are uncharted waters for America. This is crazy. And I honestly can't believe we're sitting here even talking about this. But it's kind of not surprising, because there's something going on out there, and I don't want to make any assumptions about anything, but none of this should ever be happening. It shouldn't have happened in Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13th. You shouldn't have had Corey Comparator lose his life. You shouldn't have had two people who were at that rally injured as well. Donald Trump should never have gotten shot himself. And you should have never had any ability for any other person to even come close. And yet here we are. I'd like to say we're doing great. The truth is, I don't even know what to say anymore, because it's really sick that we're living through these times. And I just believe that the reason that Donald Trump is still here now after 2 assassination attempts is because God wants him here. And God has big plans for him. And I'll continue to think that, and you will never change my mind away from that at all. There's no chance. I don't have any other explanation. We'll be doing much better whenever people stop trying to kill my father-in-law. How about that? We've all seen how quickly life can change. The outcome of a single event can impact our entire nation. Now more than ever, it's crucial to be prepared. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with ReadyWise emergency food. With ReadyWise emergency food, you're covered not just for the worst, but for anything life throws your way. Enjoy peace of mind knowing you have delicious, nutritious meals ready when your family needs them. ReadyWise has a huge selection of freeze-dried meals from breakfast to pasta dishes. You can be assured your food will be good to eat when you need it with their 25-year shelf life. ReadyWise is an American company that cares about its fellow citizens, you, and is committed to your safety. Visit ReadyWise.com and use promo code Trump20 at checkout for 20% off any regular priced items. That's ReadyWise.com, promo code Trump20. You've asked and MyPillow listened. They're finally bringing you the most requested offer ever. Right now, you can get the queen size premium MyPillow for only $19.98. MyPillow is made with patented adjustable fill, and it adjusts to your exact individual needs, regardless of your sleep position. It helps keep your neck aligned and holds its shape all night long, so you get the best sleep of your life. But that's not all. Get their 6-piece kitchen or bath towel sets for only $25, the brand new mattress topper for as low as $69.98, and their famous MyPillow bed sheets for as low as $25, and so much more. Go to mypillow.com or call 800-624-3945 and use promo code Trump to get huge discounts on all MyPillow products, including the premium queen size MyPillow, only $19.98. That is the lowest price ever. Don't delay, order today and use promo code Trump. Latest election integrity victories. Well, we have filed somewhere in the neighborhood of 107 lawsuits thus far. And sadly, we've had to do that because there are some states who don't want to do things like clean their voter rolls. One of those states happens to be Tim Walz's home state of Minnesota. And we had to actually get involved and force them to clean 1,000 people off of their voter rolls who were possibly non-citizens. Because guess what? I know this will come as a shock to some people. Only American citizens should be deciding American elections. Shocking. I got it. But yes, that's what we want to see happen. And we've been very successful in quite a few states on making sure that that is happening. We recently had a big win with the Supreme Court in the state of Arizona. They were registering people and not checking their citizenship status and making sure that they were indeed United States citizens. Again, we're the only ones who should be deciding those elections. Michigan's been an interesting state. We've had a lot going on in the state of Michigan. The Secretary of State there is named Jocelyn Benson, and she's probably not a huge fan of the RNC because she hears from us quite a bit. You know, you have to make sure that there are signature verification requirements in place for mail ballots so that you don't just get random ballots from all different places and you have no idea if it's actually from the individual who it says it's from. You have to verify and check the signatures and make sure that they match. So we had a big win there. She was, of course, trying to prevent that from happening. We said, no, we want to make sure that that happens. Pennsylvania, recently, we had a lot of left-leaning activists who were attempting to do away with any sort of dating on mail ballots. They just said, yeah, it doesn't matter. Why wouldn't you want dates on the mail-in ballots? Ask yourself that. What kind of nefarious activity could you possibly be up to without dates on ballots? I'll give you a second to think of it. Got that? Okay, good. Well, we actually had a win with the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, and they said, you know what? You actually do need to have the dating requirements on the mail-in ballot. So when they come in, you know that they were sent by a certain date and they can be counted or not counted in our elections. So look, we're working very hard. We're working overtime. And I wish we didn't have to do this. I wish there weren't people out there who were trying to muddy the waters and make it confusing and make us unsure as to who's voting in our elections, if they can vote in our elections, if they vote once, if they vote multiple times. We need to make sure we have free, fair, and transparent elections, period, in the United States. And I'll go ahead and offer up to our friends across the aisle at the DNC, you guys are more than welcome to join us in this pursuit because we want Democrat voters to feel like their vote matters and their vote counts. We want independent voters to feel like their vote matters and their vote counts. And likewise, we want Republican voters to feel like their vote matters and their vote counts. It is foundational to who we are as a country. Still going to wait probably quite some time to hear back from our DNC counterparts, but that's okay. The offer is still on the table, guys, whenever you would like to come on over. Okay. Next question. Is Kamala using her coworkers' basement strategy? Yeah. Did you notice that? Isn't that funny? Isn't it funny how in 2020, we were told that we didn't see that much of old Joe because COVID. Remember that? They were like, yeah, we're going to have to keep him. He's an elderly man. We're going to have to keep him in the basement, keep him away from people. We don't want him to get sick. We certainly don't want anyone else to get sick. And they kept him in the basement. And they kept him out of the public eye. They kept him away from, any sort of media outlet that might press him at all on anything. Check out his cognitive ability. Check out whether or not he actually was fit to be president. Didn't have time for that. They kept him far away from any attempt to do that. And isn't it funny that they're doing the same exact thing with Kamala Harris? Prior to the debate on ABC News, that theatrical performance of a debate, prior to that, Kamala Harris hadn't been seen at all, save for one CNN softball interview alongside Tim Walz. And what we've seen happen since is that she did a local Pennsylvania interview where they really gave her very specific questions. And I think the guy said, can you tell us specifically, and please reference specific points as to how you would bring back this economy, how you would make things better for people. And she talked about growing up a middle-class kid and how people took pride in their lawns. And never once in her entire 2-minute bumbling answer was there any solid way or anything coherent that one could extrapolate out of that would even resemble a plan of any variety to do anything. So I think it's pretty clear why they don't let Kamala Harris out to do very much of anything. And I guess we're going to probably see that over the course of the next 40 some odd days until November 5th, because they know that putting Kamala Harris out there in front of people, unscripted and without a whole lot of rehearsed lines, is going to be a disaster. So yeah, that's it. That's the basement strategy. That's what they have. And that's literally all they have on the other side. Okay. Final question. Do you have any unusual fears? I mean, I feel like I've talked about this before. I am not a person who can get down with spiders. I can't get down with cockroaches. I really can't do it. I have felt like, I've really been frozen in fear before, had plenty of things I needed to go do, places to go, and yet I was trapped and cornered because there was a spider on the floor of my room. Yeah, it's embarrassing. That's right. I can do a lot of scary things. I'll go do a triathlon. I'll go do a Spartan race. Whatever it is, I'm happy to do that. Sign me up. Killing a spider? Absolutely not. And then the people who get me, I have a friend who does this, that you want to trap the spider and release it. Absolutely not. No. I need to know that thing is never coming back. And here's the worst that has happened to me before. I'll see a spider. I'll scream and go in the other room, and I'll get Eric Trump and I'll say, I need you to get in here and deal with this. Spider, cockroach, comes back and they're gone. Yeah. Because you know what? That sucker, as soon as I close my eyes at night, coming to get me. And that's all I can think of. Every time I close my eyes to go to sleep, I see the spider crawling on my eyelids. It's awful. And I wish I weren't this way, but I am. It's terrible. I know. Other than that, I don't think I have any totally irrational fears. I have a huge fear that if Kamala Harris gets elected, this country and the entire world is going down in flames. I mean, we're talking World War III, and Donald Trump always says it. They talk about global warming. The kind of global warming that we would see with Kamala Harris as president of the United States is because it's nuclear warming. And that means the end of the world. I'm just going to remind everybody of that. Remember, everybody tried to say Donald Trump is going to start World War III. Remember that all those years ago? Did we have World War III with Donald Trump? Somebody remind me. Oh, no, we did not. Guess what we had? We had peace agreements in the Middle East. We had no new wars under Donald Trump. You had an 18-month stretch in Afghanistan where not a single American was killed with Donald Trump in the White House. Remember that? So just going to leave it out there. That's a big fear I have. And part of the reason that I am out all over this country, spending very little time, I feel like, with my kids, is because I want to save this country and the world, quite frankly, for them. I'm very afraid of what could happen on the other side of this election if Kamala Harris is elected president. We need peace through strength with Donald Trump. We need him to bring this country back, save our economy, give us a southern border once again, and quite frankly, save the world in the war between Russia and Ukraine, in the conflict between Israel and Hamas. All of it needs to end, and Donald Trump can do it. Otherwise, I really am afraid as to what happens on the other side. All right, that's going to do it for us here at Lara Trump, Wanted for Questioning. Thank you for the questions today. I still have a lot more myself. Maybe one day I can ask you guys some of these questions, but please make sure you send us more. You can post under this episode. You can post on any of our social media sites. And until next time, we'll see you back here for more of Lara Trump, Wanted for Questioning. Nothing is worse than being on a phone call that drops. Nothing is worse than trying to text someone and you can't reach them because your phone is out of service range. And nothing is worse than supporting these major corporations and companies who don't support us. That is why I love Patriot Mobile. They are America's only Christian conservative wireless network. They use every cell tower out there available to all networks so that they have the greatest 4G and 5G coverage nationwide, and they support the causes that are important to us as conservatives. If you go today to patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump and use the promo code Trump, you will get free activation today. Again, that is patriotmobile.com/Lara Trump. The promo code is Trump for free activation so that you can get a great cell plan and feel good about doing it.